Hey, it's Mike Geoghegan from The Dangers. I'm here at studio in Redlands, and Maria and I were doing some guitar overdubs, and these two gentlemen stopped by, and they're going to help me with a couple of things. This is Bonesy and Skinny, or is it Skinny and Bonesy? I can't remember. I never get you guys straight. But I'm glad you're doing the social distancing thing, for me at least, and you're wearing your mask, so that's cool. I appreciate you guys being here because I know it's real busy this time of year for you, especially. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing a danger song, and I want you to just play along with me, and then I want you also to say the words, "Hey, play Orange Blossom," when I give you the cue. Okay? So we're going to try this to see if it works. These guys are pretty good, so they should pick up on it pretty quick. So here we go. Ready? You guys are already playing. That's how ready you are. Okay. We're the last band this evening that brought our own power. Hey, play Orange Blossom. That's late for this hour. Notes become fireflies, they spin through the tower. Hung over the searching is late counting hour. So that was pretty good. It was you were a little silent on the part, but I covered for you. It's something I'd always wanted to ask you guys. Mars Attacks, right? Jack Nicholson. Was he cool on the set, or was he sort of a prima donna?
Actor Bela Lugosi is well known for his title role appearance in the 1931 classic horror movie Dracula, but little information circulates about the times he visited the IE. Born in Hungary in 1882, Bela Lugosi began acting in Hungarian stage plays in the early 1900s. In 1917, he began appearing in Hungarian silent movies. Following his 1920 move to Germany, in part due to political turmoil in his homeland, he was featured in German silent movies. In late 1920, he emigrated to the United States, arriving first in New Orleans, then eventually moving to New York City with the intention of breaking into the Broadway stage. In New York City, he appeared in a number of American silent movies. On the Broadway stage, he achieved his biggest fame for his portrayal of Count Dracula in the 1927 stage adaptation of the Bram Stoker novel. Lugosi and the play eventually went on a U.S. tour. When it ended in Los Angeles, Lugosi decided to make the city his new home. When Universal Studios secured the film rights to the Dracula novel and stage play, a number of actors were considered for the lead role, including Conrad Veidt, Paul Muni, and Lon Chaney Sr. But the part was awarded to Bela Lugosi. It was his first talkie, and his exotic Hungarian accent worked in his favor for the portrayal of the Transylvanian vampire. Dracula made its San Bernardino debut at the Downtown California Theater on April 13, 1931. Because of much local interest, it was booked for a 6-day run. This booking was considered longer than average for a movie in the IE. The ad called it fiction's most amazing character in the most sensational thriller the screen has ever shown. In late June 1931, Bela Lugosi became a citizen of the United States in the Los Angeles ceremony. Like Bela Lugosi, Inland Empire resident Cornelius de Bakshi was a native of Hungary. The pair were friends. DeBakshi was the founder, editor, publisher of the Fontana Herald newspaper and was politically active in the IE from the 1920s until the late 1940s. In late July 1931, he was celebrating the opening of his newspaper's new printing plant. Bela Lugosi was one of the invited guests. In mid-May 1932, a column of Fontana happenings appeared in the local newspaper. The article reported that Bela Lugosi was a visitor at the home of Cornelius DeBakshi and his wife. In January 1933, Bela Lugosi married his fourth wife, Lillian Arch, in Las Vegas, Nevada. She was the daughter of Hungarian immigrants living in Los Angeles. In July 1934, it was reported that a home was being built on property owned by Bela Lugosi, adjacent to Horseshoe Bend in the San Bernardino Mountains. In mid-September 1935, another Fontana visit by Bela Lugosi was documented in the local newspaper. Lugosi and his wife Lillian were guests of their friends the DeBakshis at their Fontana home. In February 1936, the fourth of 8 movies to star both Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff began a run at the Warner Brothers Ritz Theater in downtown San Bernardino. The film was The Invisible Ray, yet another horror movie. By then it was apparent to Lugosi that he had become typecast. The next reported sighting of Bela Lugosi in the Inland Empire took place on July 14, 1936, at the Redlands Bowl. It was a hot day in the IE city of Redlands, with the temperature reaching 104 degrees. The next day, the newspaper reported not only the temperature, but revealed that Lugosi spoke to the Redlands Bowl audience. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we had a very hot day today, didn't we?" Lugosi was present to introduce the evening's performers, interpretive dancer Waldine and violinist Dutsi de Karagyarto. Like Lugosi, the violinist was a native of Hungary, so the actor was there to support his fellow countryman and close friend. It was reported that in his introduction of the musician, Lugosi spoke briefly but glowingly about his friend's genius. In November 1937, the Magyars soccer football team from Los Angeles came to San Bernardino to play an athletic club sponsored by the Santa Fe Railroad. The LA team was made up of Hungarian expatriates and sponsored by Bela Lugosi. The sports page of the Sun newspaper reported that the Hungarians defeated the Santa Fe squad by a score of 7-3. There was no mention in the article if Lugosi attended the game. In December 1940, this item ran in the Desert Sun newspaper of Palm Springs, California. A gossip column reported that Bela Lugosi and his family were spotted at the Royal Palms Hotel, resting, sunning, and swimming. The Royal Palms Hotel was a popular destination for celebrities, particularly during late fall and winter when temperatures were cooler. Wikipedia reports that from 1944 to 1953, Bela Lugosi and his wife Lillian owned lakeshore property in the IE city of Lake Elsinore. Their son, Bela Jr., was boarded at the Elsinore Naval and Military School in Lake Elsinore. Despite Bela Lugosi's association with the Dracula character, he only played the role twice in the movies. The second time was in the 1949 horror comedy Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Lugosi received good reviews for his performance, but it was the last time he appeared in a Universal or any other major studio production. In this photo, Bela Lugosi Jr. is seen visiting his father on the set of Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. He is wearing his school uniform from the Elsinore Naval and Military School in Lake Elsinore. He wanted to blend in with his fellow students, but it was difficult given the notoriety of his name. Bela Jr. wrote, "Dad was just the opposite. He loved the limelight. The military school held a parade every Sunday afternoon for the parents, and Dad would always put on a one-man show. He and my mother would arrive in a large black limousine, or later a sporty blue roadster. Everyone would know that Dad had arrived. Dad liked to go to his home at Lake Elsinore. There he visited, whenever possible, the nearby Glen Ivy Hot Springs baths." In Part 2, it'll be discussed how the 1950s were not kind to Bela Lugosi and his movie career.
I do enjoy an evening with a little light entertainment. But when your video heads get dirty, you lose your picture. Not a pretty sight. Happily, this new Polaroid video cassette will help you. It actually cleans your heads as it plays, so dirty heads needn't haunt you. New Polaroid video cassettes. Get the picture?
Welcome back to my shelf for our special Halloween edition of the lounge. I have 3 entries for you. So let's start with Weird Women, shall we? This is a wonderful anthology by Lisa Martin and Leslie Klinger. And it came out a few years back. It's called Weird Women, classic supernatural fiction by groundbreaking female writers, 1852 to 1923. And it really is a well organized anthology because you have some familiar writers there, but most of them are folks who have been forgotten, languishing in the shadows. But there's crazy stories in here of supernatural events and mad scientists and werewolves. And if you like, Gothic fiction, you're really going to like this book. And you'll be so glad to know that it was so successful that there's a volume 2 that's come out also. So this is a good place to start. Weird Women from Lisa Morton and Leslie Klinger. Next, you can never overlook Val Lewton. He was a wonderful producer who sort of saved RKO's hide when Citizen Kane tanks in the 40s. His film, The Cat People, made his very, very low budget film, had such a great look and was so successful that they moved him up into this executive producer status and gave him titles for films, and he would create these moody pieces that are way more than just typical B-movie fare. And he would have great directors, like Robert Wise, some other really great people who worked with him. But the stamp, the overall feel of these films is always touched by Val Lewton. What Martin Scorsese does in Martin Scorsese presents Val Lewton, The Man in the Shadows, is sort of a overview of all his really great films. The Cat People, The Seventh Curse, The Leopard Man, The Body Snatchers, Bedlam. These are really, really great films, each one of them. And so you get a little touch of this dark magic that was Val Lewton. And it would be a really good thing to track down. Any of his films will be great, but this is a good preview and overview of a unique American producer. Last but not least, no Halloween is complete without The Great Pumpkin with Charlie Brown. The reason this resonates with folks my age, I think, is this. When I was a kid, Halloween was a great windy, dark night with clumps of kids without your parents. And it wasn't so that you could go out and, tear up the neighborhood. It was just sort of a night of freedom. And I remember in Colton, it was a big deal for me that me and my friends crossed Rancho, Boulevard, went beyond Rancho. And it was a big step forward in childhood to being a little bit older, feeling a little bit older. What's always unique about Charlie Brown and his gang is that you never see the parents. All their stories are with kids alone, and they have to solve their own problems. And even though it's, really funny, and I love the whole Snoopy thing when he's, moving through in France during the war, and Lucy bites the apple and Snoopy's connected to it. There's all these wonderful little moments in the film, but what I always like the most is just seeing that clump of kids moving through space and time, through their lives. There's some spooky sounds out there against this really beautiful dark blue sky. And it reminds me of a place and time. It reminds me of being a kid and feeling free. Let's do this again.
inside and set you free. Oh, death. Oh, death. Can't you stand me over till another year? Oh, death. Oh, death. Can't you stand me over till another year? I lock their jaws so they can't talk, stiffen their legs so they can't walk, close their eyes so they can't see. The chill you feeling comes from me. Oh, death. Oh, death. Can't you stand me over till another year?
It's the battle of the mini-monsters, introducing Frankenstein, Phantom of the Opera, Dracula, and Creature from the Black Lagoon.
The monsters with glow-in-the-dark features.
Frankenstein is in a foul temper. Dracula flies in, fangs bared. Creature surfaces, dripping with rage. Phantom shows his fiendish face. I can't look. Is he ugly? The monster battle rages on. It's a howl.
The monsters with glow-in-the-dark features, each sold separately from Remco.
I used to be so hungry, I would pray for